So we've been spending pretty much this entire summer in our 19-foot Airstream travel trailer. We just got to a new campsite in Darby, Montana, which is pretty cool because this is where they filmed the show Yellowstone. We drove past the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. This campground that we're staying in, well, campground is very, very unique. It's on a private piece of land and somebody put full RV hookups, and we have this beautiful piece of land all to ourselves. Nobody else is here. We have a beautiful yard for the dogs to run in, and the very best part is that it's right on the river. After finishing up some work for the afternoon, we drove about 15 minutes down the road and we just got to Lake Como, which is a big lake in the area. It looks like there's lots of campgrounds around, and we haven't gotten a great view of the lake yet, but we just parked and we're gonna get out and might do some hiking, let the dogs swim. Darby, Montana sits outside of the Bitterroot mountain range, which is the reason why we're visiting here. We're always searching for new mountain ranges to explore, and we haven't done too much exploring in Montana. We're back home after a walk and a swim at Lake Como. Gonna enjoy our dinner and our little private campground here. It's such a beautiful morning here in Montana. I'm just out here sitting by the river, enjoying a big cup of coffee. Jackson really wants to play fetch already this morning. We've been playing lots of fetch around here. I'm gonna make it a goal this week while we're here to have my coffee as much as I can, as long as the weather cooperates, out here by the river. I waited a little bit this morning. Typically we have coffee as soon as we wake up. I waited a couple of hours, got some work done, so that way the sun came over this hill back here and is shining on me sitting here in our yard. But this is such an enjoyable thing to do. It is so nice right now sitting here in the sun. I'm not too sure what's on the agenda for today. We'll definitely have a normal work day, and it's supposed to get pretty windy, about 40-mile-per-hour winds, so we'll see if we're able to get out for a hike or do some exploring. But for now, just gonna sit here and enjoy this. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon now. We've just spent the day working. Paul went out for a mountain bike ride. I've been out here trying to convince myself to work out for probably 30 minutes. Just opened my laptop, and one of my favorite kettlebell YouTubers called Precision Kettlebells just posted a new video yesterday, so figured, you know what, that's a sign. I just gotta get to it and do it. Sometimes when you're not feeling motivated, you just have to stop thinking about it and just do it. After I finally just convinced myself to get it over with and work out, I realized that my 2 kettlebells are still in our car, and our car is at the trail with Paul. So all that I have is Paul's 53-pound kettlebell, which I definitely know I can't do this type of workout with. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to not work out. I think I'll just use the heavy kettlebell and do a leg workout. I could typically do squats and deadlifts and lunges with something like that. Darn it, definitely didn't think this one through. Hello. I think the rain might be coming, so we're gonna try to get this finished up as quickly as we can. Some pretty dark clouds and some wind. Well, the rain moved in pretty quickly, so we're moving this inside, and I'm really hoping Paul is safe and not getting rained on his bike ride, because there's some pretty dark clouds out there. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy we came inside because the wind just really picked up. I opened the door and both of our carpets immediately blew away. So I'm gonna go try to secure those down, maybe put them under the trailer and secure anything else down that needs to be secured down. I think we got everything put away safely. The rain is coming, and I'm very glad that Paul decided to put the awning down on the trailer before he left, because I can do it, but I'm also very short, and it's a pretty difficult task for me to do, and it takes me much longer. So I'm a little worried about 2 things. One, mostly being Paul, because he doesn't have cell service, and it's coming down now, and it's very, very windy. So I'm hoping he is somewhere safe. And 2, a little bit concerned about all of the sticks that are blowing into the Airstream right now. There's some trees behind us, and I'm seeing just sticks fly towards the trailer. I'm looking out this window, and I don't think you can see it through the screen on the camera, but there are huge branches that have fallen just within the past 10 minutes is when we started cleaning up and coming inside. Boy, oh boy, I really hope they stay away from the trailer. And I just saw some poor people floating down a raft on the river. Definitely not a good day for that. Thankfully, I just got a text from Paul. I texted him, wasn't sure if it went through. I also texted our InReach satellite phone because he did have that with him. He texted me back that he's in the car and about to be on his way home, totally fine. After getting that text, I feel like I can relax a little bit knowing he's okay and on his way home. So I'm gonna finish my workout inside. So we're safe and sound in here, but our AC keeps going out for some reason. Not sure why that would happen. And also our Wi-Fi went out, our Starlink. I don't know why. It's out there plugged in totally fine. I don't know if it just lost connection or what's going on, but definitely happy to be safe and sound in the trailer. Did you get caught in the wind?
No.
Not at all?
Thankfully, not at all.
It wasn't like this? Any rain?
It was windy on my way back. I got in the car at the right time, it seems.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, on my way back from the trails, there was a big pine tree that was like tilting over the road, and I had to drive past it.
What happened?
Oh.
Thought I told you to take it easy.
I was going really fast and came up to a corner really fast, and the bike slid out, and I had to brace myself on a tree.
Jeez. Is that all that happened?
Yeah, I'm pretty hardcore.
We realized that the internet went out and the AC went out because we have no electricity.
And the water.
Yes, and probably more importantly, the water, because I guess, is it always like that on full hookups that the electricity is connected to the water pump?
It's because the water here is supplied by a well that uses a pump.
Paul went to go take a shower and we were like, oh crap, we have no water. We have full batteries, thankfully, because we've been plugged in. And we have our solar panel if needed, not that there's any sun right now.
Could also probably go to a hotel if we really had to.
That's true. Treat ourselves a little bit. To a real shower? No luck?
No luck, and the car has only 73 miles till empty.
Paul just went to the grocery store to see if they had water. Did they have nothing? Like, are the shelves bare or something, or?
They are closed.
They're closed.
The entire town is closed. Gas stations are closed and the pumps don't work.
And we have how many miles till empty?
73. Probably 30 towing the trailer.
Well, we might be staying put for a little bit. So it's a couple of hours later. We're still out of power, out of water. We were planning on going out to dinner tonight, and we thought that would be a good idea since we don't have power or water. We called a couple of restaurants. Everybody in town is out of power, unfortunately. We don't have any water in our freshwater tank, so we're definitely not prepared to boondock. We were counting on having full hookups, of course. So Paul went down to the river and filled up this jug of water, our 7-gallon jug that we typically would take camping or when we are boondocking, filled it up with river water, and we are just going to use this to pretty much do everything until we have water back. So right now we're gonna make some dinner and we're going to make some pasta. So I'm gonna fill up our pot with this water and boil it, and hopefully that's good enough to kill any bacteria. So thankfully we're by the river and even have access to water right now. The wind did blow in a ton of smoke. It's very smoky right now, and I'll show you what it looks like over here where all of the trees blew down. It's pretty crazy. We're just gonna make the best of it for now. We're definitely going to stick it out through tonight, see how tomorrow goes. The restaurant that we called said that the person that they talked to from the electricity company said that they should be expecting to be out of power for a long time. I'm not sure if that means hours or days, but like I said, we're definitely not really prepared to boondock. We have our solar panel, obviously have the river water, but of course it's not very ideal to have to boil all of our water. We don't have any water to shower or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the power is back on tonight or in the morning. If not, I think we might need to pack up and go somewhere else. Okay. Douglas gets a little bit nervous when it rains and thunders, and it just started raining. So you're a wee bit nervous, huh? Yeah, everything's okay. Glad we have our life straw.
You might say that it's saving your life.
It does make drinking water a little more difficult than usual.
Did you get any?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
A little bit. It comes out slow, you know.
Your sink is here. Or I should say your faucet.
First class service for dishes.
That's right. Straight from the bed of the river to your dishes.
I truly don't know what we would do if we weren't right next to the river, because we can't go to the grocery store to get water, can't stop at the gas station, so thank goodness we're right on the river. So I washed all the dishes, but then realized I didn't have a way to rinse all the soap off, so Paul had to go back, refill the jug, and now this is what we're doing. Last night while we were sleeping, we were woken up by a couple of beeps in the trailer. Thankfully, it was the electricity turning back on. So this morning we have water, we have power, things are back to normal, so very grateful that everything is back in working order. Today we're gonna head out and go for a drive. Right now we're just packing up the Jeep, getting everything ready. We used to always go out on these long drives on dirt roads and just go explore, hang out in the forest, maybe find a good viewpoint, and we haven't done that in a very long time. We found a really nice looking loop that will take us on multiple different roads, possibly to a viewpoint. So we're just gonna all pack up in the Jeep and go see what we can find today. We just made it to the top of the loop and it brought us to this really beautiful viewpoint. Wowee, this view is absolutely stunning. I knew we'd have a decent view up here, but I definitely did not expect this. Honestly, once in a while, it's nice to get a view like this without having to work for it and having to hike up the mountain. After enjoying that view for a while, we got back on the road and we're headed back down the trail now. Like I mentioned, this road is actually a loop, which we love because then you get to see different scenery on the way back down compared to going on the way up. Whoa! Almost went down. Douglas? Are you coming? Come on, buddy. Come. Douglas, come. All right, we'll be down here. Today we're heading out for a short and sweet adventure. We're doing a 2.8-mile trail called Blodgett Canyon Overlook. This is actually the most popular trail in the area from what I could tell. So we waited until the evening. It's about 5 p.m. now because we figured it'd be pretty busy. Thankfully there was only a few cars in the parking lot, but looks like it should have a pretty amazing view for being such a short trail. We're making it to the top pretty fast. We've been hiking for about 25 minutes and we're really close to getting to the overlook. Most of the trail has been in the shade. The sun has been blocked this late in the day, which has been really, really nice because it was about 80 degrees today. This forest we're walking through right now is so thick. Definitely wouldn't want to spook an animal back here.
Jackson, you want a drink?
Nice and slobbery.
I don't know if any even went in his mouth. Douglas, you want a drink, bud?
So we just made it up here to the top and this is probably the best view we've seen on our trip here so far. So this was clearly worth hiking just 1.4 miles to get to this amazing view, and especially in the evening when a trail that's usually super crowded and popular has nobody on it. We had it all to ourselves, so definitely a good way to spend the night. It's already 6 o'clock, so we're gonna head back home. We have a bit of a drive back to camp and make some dinner and call it a night. The downside of hiking late at night right before dinner is that we have 0 snacks, which is like one of the best parts of hiking. But now I have to go home and cook dinner instead of having a nice PB&J at the top of the hike.
It was only 1.5 miles.
Yeah. Still would like a PB&J. currently making our way to a trailhead to do a hike called Baker Lake. For the past 40 minutes or so, we've been driving up this insane forest road that takes you up so many switchbacks and probably a couple thousand feet in elevation, and we just had to pull over because we saw this view peeking out and it is absolutely insane. So we're checking this out and then we're gonna make our way up to the trailhead. Hopefully we're gonna get there soon. Google Maps was not correct and thought we were gonna be there maybe 20 minutes or so ago, but we had to climb a bit more up the mountain. The hike that we're doing today is only 4.5 miles, but it has over 1,300 feet of climbing, and it's going to take us to 3 different lakes.
Tranquil.
Yes, it is. We're up here at Baker Lake. It took us 1.4 miles to get here and 850 feet of climbing, so we got a good chunk of the climbing out of the way.
So Jackson made it down here. I'm not exactly sure how. Doug's a little bit smarter. Don't want to pop up there. Don't pop up there. Good boy. Oh boy. Of course he had to push off.
Back on the trail and headed to the second lake. We're here at the second lake, Middle Lake. We're at 2.42 miles, 12,000 feet, no, not 12,000, 1,200 feet of climbing. The third lake is pretty close by. I think it's right up there. So we might have a pretty steep, short climb up to the third lake. Wow, this is the best one yet.
You might say, what a gem.
What a gem.
I found a lazy boy.
What, the place you're sitting or Doug?
I don't know, maybe I'm the lazy boy.
So Gem Lake, the third lake, is definitely our favorite of the 3. It is gorgeous up here and it just feels so remote, but it's freezing. And we've been here for probably 15 minutes or so, had some snacks, enjoyed the views, but we're gonna head back down. It's cold.
Nice work.
You too. Just made it back to the trailhead. 5.24 miles, 1,372 feet of climbing. Great hike. It's our final morning here at this beautiful campsite in Darby, Montana. We're just about all packed up and we're not headed too far to our next destination. It's only about an hour and a half away, so it'll be really nice to have a short drive. I definitely could have spent more time here. There's so much to explore in the Bitterroot Mountains, in the surrounding areas. Having my coffee in the sunshine, looking at the river every morning, honestly has been one of my favorite parts of this entire summer. So I'm sure we'll be making our way back through Darby, Montana at some point in the future. For now, we're gonna wrap up this video, head to our next destination. If you're not already, we'd love if you subscribe to our channel and gave this video a thumbs up. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.